hammered against the floor-to-ceiling windows of the 27th floor penthouse. The storm outside seemed determined to drown the entire city. Inside, another storm was unfolding. Journalist Shun Ruoshi sat silently at the marble dining table while her fiancé of 7 years wrapped an arm possessively around her younger sister. The sight should have shattered her. Instead, she felt strangely numb. Across from her, Victor Chen smiled with the smug confidence of a man who believed he held absolute power. "Shun Ruoshi," he said, sliding a check across the table. 7 years is a long time. I wanted to make sure you were compensated. The check fluttered toward her. $5,000. $5,000. After 7 years. After supporting him when he was bankrupt. After writing articles under his name to save his career. After selling her grandmother's jewelry so he could launch his media company. $5,000. Her sister Lily giggled. Honestly, sister, you should be grateful. Shun Ruoshi slowly looked up. Lily's engagement ring sparkled under the chandelier. It had once belonged to Shun Ruoshi. Their mother's ring. The ring that had vanished 3 months ago. Now it sat on Lily's finger. A symbol of betrayal. You've always been so dramatic, Lily continued. Victor loves me now. People change. Victor nodded. Besides, Lily is carrying my child. Silence. Thunder exploded outside. Shun Ruoshi's fingers tightened around her teacup. Inside her chest, something cold and ancient stirred. Not heartbreak. Not grief. Recognition. The same feeling she'd experienced countless times before. The feeling of standing at the edge of destiny. You should sign the agreement, Victor said. He pushed another document toward her. A non-disclosure agreement. She wasn't just losing her fiancé. She was being erased. Your apartment belongs to the company now. My apartment. The company paid the mortgage. A lie. She had paid every cent. Lily leaned forward. Oh, and you'll need to leave tonight. Shun Ruoshi stared at her sister. The woman she'd protected her entire life. The woman who had stolen everything. How amusing. How incredibly amusing. Because neither of them knew the truth. Neither of them knew what happened during heavy rain. Neither of them knew where she disappeared every stormy night. Neither of them knew about the tea house. The tea house between worlds. A place that appeared only during rain powerful enough to blur reality. A place where regrets became currency. A place where memories could be poured into porcelain cups. And a place where Shun Ruoshi had discovered a secret worth more than all the money in the world. She picked up the pen. Signed the papers. Accepted the check. Victor blinked. That's it. That's it. Lily frowned. Aren't you angry? Shun Ruoshi smiled. A small smile. A terrifying smile. The kind that appears moments before an avalanche. No. Inside her mind, she laughed. You have absolutely no idea what you've just lost. She stood. Picked up her worn handbag. The same cheap handbag Victor had mocked for years. The same handbag hiding something priceless. Goodbye. As she reached the door, Victor called out. You'll never find someone like me again. Shun Ruoshi paused. Slowly turned. And for the first time in 7 years, she spoke with complete honesty. That's the point. Then she walked away. The elevator doors closed. And her old life died. The rain intensified. Sheets of water cascaded from the sky. The city disappeared behind a curtain of silver. Shun Ruoshi stepped into an abandoned alley. To ordinary eyes, there was nothing there. Just cracked pavement. Brick walls. Darkness. Then lightning flashed. And reality shifted. A warm golden lantern appeared. Then another. And another. Ancient architecture unfolded from empty space. Red pillars. Black timber. Golden carvings depicting dragons drinking tea beneath moonlit clouds. The tea house between worlds had returned. Its appearance remained breathtaking even after 10 years. A wooden sign swayed gently above the entrance. The characters glowed softly. Between regret and memory. Between life and death. Between yesterday and tomorrow. Shun Ruoshi entered. The familiar scent welcomed her. Jasmine, sandalwood, rain, and forgotten memories. Behind the counter stood the owner, Madame Wu. She appeared 30 years old. She had appeared 30 years old for at least 300 years. Perhaps longer. "You're late. I was being discarded." Madame Wu snorted. Again. One final time. The immortal tea mistress studied her carefully, then smiled. "So they've finally done it." "Yes." "Excellent." Shun Ruoshi laughed. Only in this tea house would betrayal be considered good news. Madame Wu produced a small velvet box, placed it on the counter. "Then it's time." Shun Ruoshi opened it. Inside lay a jade seal. Ancient. Pristine. Worth billions. Her true inheritance. 10 years ago, during a storm exactly like tonight's, Shun Ruoshi had discovered the tea house. At 16. Lost. Broken. Searching for her missing mother. She had entered seeking answers. Instead, she discovered her bloodline. Her mother had once been the tea house's chosen recorder, a woman tasked with preserving stories carried by wandering souls. When she vanished, the role should have passed to Shun Ruoshi, but she had been too young, too vulnerable. So Madame Wu had hidden her for 10 years, while secretly building her empire. The articles she published under various pseudonyms, the publishing companies, the media networks, the investment funds, the technology patents purchased through anonymous corporations, all connected, all hers. Every dollar, every asset, every company, a hidden empire worth over $100 billion. An empire operating behind a single name, the archivist. The most influential unseen figure in global media. Nobody knew the archivist's identity. Not governments. Not billionaires. Not royalty. Not even Victor. Especially not Victor. Thunder shook the building. A black luxury convoy appeared outside. 20 armored vehicles. Dozens of bodyguards. The lead limousine alone cost more than Victor's entire company. The doors opened. Men and women emerged. Powerful executives. CEOs. Politicians. Every one of them bowed. Deeply. Respectfully. To Shun Ruoshi. "Welcome back, Chairman." Chairman. Not journalist. Not failure. Not discarded fiancé. Chairman. The true ruler had returned. Shun Ruoshi removed her old coat. A stylist stepped forward. Another presented jewelry. Another delivered a custom gown crafted with double-sided suzhou embroidery worth several $1 million. Within minutes, the struggling journalist vanished. In her place stood a queen. Cold. Elegant. Untouchable. And very, very dangerous. But none of that mattered. Because there was still one mystery unresolved. Her mother. The reason she'd endured 10 years of hiding. The reason she'd entered the tea house. The reason she'd never stopped searching. Madame Wu suddenly placed a porcelain cup before her. The tea glowed silver. Memory tea. Rare. Powerful. Forbidden. "Someone left this for you." Shun Ruoshi frowned. "Who?" The immortal woman looked toward the storm. A woman carrying unbearable regret. The cup trembled. A memory surfaced. A familiar voice. A familiar face. Her mother's face. And one impossible message. "If you're seeing this, they're coming for you." Shun Ruoshi's blood turned cold. Because for the first time in 10 years, she finally had a clue. 3 days later. The Imperial Crown Gala. The most exclusive event on Earth. Attendance required either extraordinary wealth or extraordinary power. Most guests possessed both. Shun Ruoshi entered alone, and instantly became the center of attention. Whispers followed her. The mysterious archivist. The woman nobody had ever seen. The billionaire ghost controlling media empires across continents. Then the ballroom doors opened. And every conversation died. He had arrived. Alexander Zhao. The Dragon King of global finance. Youngest billionaire in history. owner of corporations with a combined market capitalization exceeding $200 billion. The most feared man in the world. Ruthless. Cold. Merciless. A man who had destroyed competitors so completely economists studied the events years later. Women adored him. Men feared him. Nobody approached him. Nobody except Shunruoshi, because she knew something nobody else knew. 10 years earlier, during another storm, a wounded teenage boy had collapsed outside the tea house, bleeding, half-conscious, being hunted. Everyone else ignored him. Shunruoshi had saved him, fed him, protected him, stayed awake 3 days beside him. Then he vanished. She never expected to see him again. Alexander crossed the ballroom, ignoring royalty, ignoring billionaires, ignoring everyone. His eyes locked onto hers. And for the first time in years, the Dragon King smiled. "Found you." The entire ballroom gasped. Alexander Zhao never smiled. Ever. Yet here he stood looking at Shunruoshi as though she were the most precious treasure in existence. His voice softened. 10 years. Shunruoshi blinked. "You remembered." His expression became almost offended. "I remembered every second." Then he reached into his jacket, produced a faded cloth ribbon. A cheap ribbon. One she'd used to bandage his arm years ago. He had kept it. For 10 years. The most powerful man in the world had carried a worthless ribbon for a decade. Because she had shown him kindness. And in that moment, Shunruoshi understood. The villains had stolen her past. But fate had been quietly preparing something far greater. Something powerful enough to destroy everyone who had betrayed her. And somewhere beyond the storm, the tea house between worlds waited. Holding secrets. Holding memories. Holding answers about her missing mother. Answers that would soon shake the entire world. 3 weeks later, Victor Chen had not slept. Dark circles hung beneath his eyes. His expensive suit was wrinkled. His hands trembled. And for the first time in his life, he was terrified. His media company was collapsing. At first, he had blamed market conditions. Then competitors. Then bad luck. But now the truth was undeniable. Someone was systematically destroying him. Every advertiser had vanished. Every investor had withdrawn. Every major contract had been cancelled. The company's stock had fallen 93%. Banks refused loans. Partners refused meetings. Even longtime allies acted as though he carried a contagious disease. Inside the executive boardroom, executives screamed at each other. "We're finished. The banks are demanding repayment. We have 48 hours before bankruptcy." Victor slammed his fist against the table. "There has to be a solution." The room fell silent. Then his chief financial officer swallowed nervously. "There is one." Everyone looked at him. "The archivist." The room collectively inhaled. The archivist. The invisible titan. The billionaire phantom whose investments could save nations or destroy them. One signature from the archivist could erase every debt overnight. Victor's eyes lit up. "Arrange a meeting." The CFO laughed bitterly. "You don't understand." "What?" "The archivist doesn't meet people." Victor's confidence wavered. "Then how do we contact them?" The CFO slowly produced a black invitation. A single silver dragon was embossed upon the card. The T Foundation. Victor frowned. "What is that?" "A private organization funded by the archivist. If they sponsor us, we survive. And if they don't?" The CFO looked away. "We disappear." Meanwhile, rain poured over the city, and the tea house between worlds emerged once more. Inside, countless souls sat quietly. Each carried regrets. Each waited for tea. Each sought peace. Shunruoshi sat alone in the private chamber. Before her floated another memory tea. Her mother's memory. Another piece of the puzzle. The tea shimmered. The memory unfolded. A younger version of her mother appeared. Beautiful. Elegant. Terrified. And standing beside her, a man. A familiar man. Shunruoshi's heart stopped. No. Impossible. The man was Victor's father, Chairman Chen, one of the most respected businessmen in the country. The memory continued. We found the tea house, her mother whispered. They must never know. Chairman Chen smiled coldly. Then you know too much. The vision exploded. Shunruoshi nearly dropped the cup. Her hands shook. For 10 years she had searched for her mother. And now she finally understood. Her disappearance wasn't an accident. She had been silenced. Because of what she discovered inside the tea house. A murder. A conspiracy. A secret worth billions. Madame Wu appeared beside her. Now you understand. Shunruoshi's eyes hardened. They killed her. Yes. They stole my life. Yes. They thought they got away with it. Madame Wu smiled. No. The immortal tea mistress poured another cup. The liquid glowed crimson. Revenge tea. Rare. Ancient. Reserved only for those carrying righteous fury. Madame Wu slid it forward. The storm has arrived. Shunruoshi stared into the crimson liquid. And smiled. Coldly. Mercilessly. Good. The following evening, Victor arrived at the Tea Foundation headquarters. The building occupied an entire city block. White marble. Golden fountains. Private security. Luxury beyond imagination. Victor swallowed. This place made billionaires feel poor. Inside, dozens of desperate executives waited. All seeking help. All seeking salvation. A receptionist approached. The archivist will see one applicant today. Victor grinned. Perfect. This was his chance. Hours passed. One by one applicants entered. One by one they left devastated. Rejected. Ruined. Destroyed. Finally, Victor's name was called. His heart raced. He entered a private chamber. A silhouette sat behind a screen. The archivist. At last. Victor immediately bowed. Arrogance vanished. Pride vanished. Desperation consumed him. My company can still recover. Silence. We employ thousands. Silence. I'll do anything. Silence. Sweat rolled down his forehead. The voice finally spoke. Cold. Elegant. Familiar. What exactly would you do? Victor froze. Something about the voice. No. Impossible. He shook the thought away. Anything. The voice chuckled. A terrifying sound. What if I asked you to betray your fiancé? Victor blinked. What? What if I asked you to steal her inheritance? His face paled. The voice continued. What if I asked you to sleep with her sister? Victor's blood turned to ice. No. No. The silhouette slowly stood. His eyes widened. The screen became transparent. And Victor saw her. Shunruoshi. Wearing a couture gown worth millions. Surrounded by wealth beyond comprehension. The archivist. His eyes nearly bulged from their sockets. His legs gave way. He collapsed. No. Shunruoshi smiled. The same smile she wore the day she signed the divorce papers. You wanted a meeting. Victor began hyperventilating. His entire body trembled violently. You. Me. Impossible. Oh, Victor. She stood. Walked toward him. Each step sounded like judgment itself. You discarded the woman who owned the board on which you played. Victor's face turned white. Then grey. Then nearly green. And for the first time, he understood. He had destroyed himself. The Century Gala. Broadcast worldwide. 500 million viewers. Every major news network. Every billionaire. Every celebrity. Every political leader. Present. Tonight, the archivist would reveal themselves publicly for the first time. The anticipation was enormous. Victor sat near the front. Broken. Sweating. Terrified. Beside him sat Lily, who still believed everything could be fixed. How adorable. The lights dimmed. A massive screen illuminated. Then Shunruoshi appeared. The entire audience erupted. The archivist. The mystery finally solved. But the real shock had not yet arrived. Alexander Zhao walked onto the stage. The Dragon King himself. Then took Shenruoshi's hand. Gasps echoed throughout the hall. The most powerful couple in the world. Standing together. Unstoppable. Alexander spoke first. Tonight is not merely a celebration. His voice thundered through the ballroom. It is a reckoning. The screens activated. Evidence appeared. Bank records. Hidden accounts. Emails. Contracts. Photographs. Then the murder evidence. Chairman Chen. Victor's father. The conspiracy. The disappearance of Shenruoshi's mother. The cover-up. The theft. The fraud. The bribery. The murder. Every crime. Every lie. Every betrayal. Displayed publicly. Worldwide. Victor screamed. No. Lily shrieked. This can't be happening. The evidence continued. The audience watched in horror. Law enforcement officers entered the ballroom. Chairman Chen attempted to flee. Too late. Handcuffs clicked around his wrists. The old man collapsed. Foaming at the mouth. Spitting blood. His empire evaporating before his eyes. Victor dropped to his knees. Lily followed. Both shaking uncontrollably. Both sobbing. Both destroyed. They crawled toward Shenruoshi. Please. Forgive us. We made mistakes. The audience watched. Shenruoshi looked down. Her gaze colder than winter. Weak people call evil actions mistakes. Victor burst into tears. We loved you. Shenruoshi laughed. The sound was beautiful. And utterly terrifying. No. Her eyes burned. You loved what you could take from me. The entire ballroom fell silent. Then Alexander wrapped an arm around her. Protective. Possessive. Devoted. The Dragon King spoke. Remove them. Security dragged the screaming villains away. Their cries echoed throughout the ballroom. Nobody pitied them. Not one person. Because everyone understood. This was justice. 2 years later. Winter. Snow fell heavily. A dirty alley behind a train station. Victor sat in the mud. Homeless. Starving. Drunk. His face was scarred from countless street fights. One leg had been permanently damaged. Lily sat beside him. Wrapped in torn blankets. Coughing blood. Their beauty had vanished. Their wealth had vanished. Their future had vanished. Everything was gone. Chairman Chen had died in prison. His empire seized. His legacy erased. The mighty dynasty reduced to nothing. Victor stared upward. A giant public screen illuminated the snowy night. A live broadcast played. The Century Wedding. Shenruoshi and Alexander Zhao. The most expensive wedding in modern history. $20 billion. Private islands. Royal guests. Diamond-encrusted chandeliers. Handcrafted gowns featuring priceless double-sided embroidery. A wedding crown once owned by emperors. Fireworks covering entire coastlines. The world watched in awe. Inside the broadcast, Shenruoshi smiled. Genuinely. For perhaps the first time in years. Alexander looked at her as though she were the center of existence itself. Because to him, she was the woman who had saved him. The woman who had changed destiny. The woman he would love until his final breath. Back in the alley, Victor sobbed. Tears mixed with snow. With mud. With regret. The woman on the screen should have been his wife. The empire should have been his. The life should have been his. But greed had made him blind. Lily stared upward. Her lips trembling. Brother. Victor closed his eyes. What? We deserve this. Silence. Then he laughed. A broken laugh. The laugh of a man who finally understood too late. Above them, the wedding broadcast continued. Golden lights. Luxury. Love. Happiness. Everything they would never have. And somewhere beyond the rain. Beyond memory. Beyond regret. The tea house between worlds appeared one final time. Inside sat Madame Wu. pouring tea, watching destinies unfold. A familiar woman entered. Shunruosh's mother. At peace at last. The immortal tea mistress smiled. Your daughter did well. The woman looked toward the distant wedding. Tears glistened in her eyes. She finally came home. Outside, the rain gently fell, washing away the past, leaving only justice, only love, only destiny. And for those who carried regret, only the tea. The tea that revealed memories meant to be forgotten. The tea that connected worlds. The tea that waited patiently, between life and death, between yesterday and tomorrow, between sorrow and redemption. Forever.